Hey everybody, welcome to Clixed Off today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. If you like what you're listening to today here on Clixed Off, check us out patreon.com/ClixedOff. Just a few more days to sign up for coaching before Worlds if you're interested in getting any more games with us. Appreciate everybody that has gone through with that so far. And joining me today is Jason. Missed out on his Electro yesterday. Alvy.
Yeah, unfortunately just could not be there.
Yeah. And also, Alex finally found a way to play an Avenger for Worlds Coups.
Am I playing Avengers for Worlds? I'm not playing
No, I
Avengers for
said you
Worlds.
finally found an Avenger to play for Worlds.
Sure. You're now making me think, am I playing Avenger for Worlds? And oh yeah, I guess I am. I forgot he is.
Yeah,
He isn't. No, he isn't technically. This version of him is not. So close enough though.
The version of your version that doesn't have Avengers?
No, he doesn't have Avengers keyword. No.
Why? That's so dumb.
It's the Battle World version.
Huh.
He just doesn't. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I wish he did.
Close enough. So, as I got a special shout out at the start of the show, as y'all can imagine, playing our local events, where Jason and I play every week, is quite the considerable climb. On a weekly basis, we've got a lot of good players locally that play in our group, and shout out to Ezekiel. He's been playing 18 months now, Jason?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And last night he finally won a pulp weekly event. So
yeah, I was proud of him, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know we don't usually play too much, but I think I've won every chase booster but one that Zach won the past year and a half. Yeah, congratulations, Ezekiel. Super proud of you, bud. So tonight's episode was, I think, going to be talking about lanterns and their builds and the new Iconix stuff. But we got some announcements on Howard's live stream, and we got some announcements ourselves to talk about. I'll start out with this. We'll just kind of go through it real quick. I got a message from George Masu that he was able to talk with the new GM of WizKids, Mike Webb, who replaced Jake. Was it Jake? Did he replace Jake, I guess? Yes.
He didn't replace Jake. He is just doing what Jake does, I think.
Yeah, so Jake was
I mean, he's kind of the head honcho, right? I mean, kind of the New Zealand.
No, that's right. Never mind. Mike Webb replaced Zirin, who was laid off earlier this year. Or left, parted ways with the company.
He left. He wasn't laid off.
Jake Theis was laid off earlier this year. I learned that from LinkedIn. And then also learned from LinkedIn that there's a new head of the Clix system. We just said his name, and I was gone through too many names now.
Mike Webb?
No, the new head of the Clix system.
Jimmy O'Brien.
Jimmy O'Brien. Sorry, Jimmy. I saw it on LinkedIn. So Jimmy's the new head of Heroclix at WizKids. So lots of changes internal to the company, all public-facing decisions, all public-facing information. So
yeah, and the Mike Webb thing happened a while ago. If you look at it, it happened back in May. He was hired to be their general manager. There's an ICV2 article about it, where he originally was with Alliance and he moved to Paizo in 2021, and then he's now over there as a lead role at WizKids.
Yeah. So George had an opportunity to speak to Mike Webb, and George did a great job talking to Mike about some of the things that we have talked about on the show for years, and a couple of new interesting ones. The first one was the concept of mini bricks. 6 packs for like $75-$80 with a guaranteed chase, 3 super rares and a prime, and then 2 odd boosters that can have equipment, legacy cards, etc. Heroclix is becoming too bloated, something that we've talked about for a long time. 12 boosters at $20 a booster, or whatever, $18.99, $17.99, way too much.
Yeah, I mean, the move to 12 just got us more stuff that we didn't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were hoping that meant we were getting more super rares or more chases, or more consistent chases, right? Like guaranteed chase per brick, not sometimes a prime. And instead it's just, no, you got 2 more rares in your brick now. Have fun with that.
Yep.
And so I like the idea that George had of like a mini brick. I'm just, concerned about if they roll that out. Are we looking at, here's a 2 super rare, 4 rare mini brick? Like, even if they, I don't see how they could possibly do a chase of mini brick. As much as we would like it, that would make it where you would get potentially 2 chases of brick.
2 chases a case.
Well, no, but it's a mini brick, right?
No,
and he's
it'd
saying
be 4 mini bricks to a case.
Yeah. So he's saying that would up chases that would take away completely the desire to get a brick.
A brick is 6 boosters. So if you bought 12 boosters, you would get 2 chases.
Well, so are we talking, is his suggestion they do away with bricks and we only have mini bricks?
Yes.
Or,
yes.
Oh, see, I was thinking he was saying that's an additional option.
No. Just replaces that. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, all right, so that was the first thing. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about getting more value for bricks for years, so we appreciate George sharing that.
Well, just coming in at that price point is just so much better.
Yeah.
I mean,
we used to be at $12 for boosters or less, right? Just consistently.
Yeah, up until around COVID, yeah.
And so it's just progressively gotten worse. And so we were, even after COVID, we were content because we were like, okay, well, even though the price of boosters went up, you still got a discount at most places if you got a brick. And so you're still looking at like $130, under MSRP at some places for a brick. But then they added 2 more boosters, and so that made MSRP go up. Mm-hmm. And so it's really difficult to find a brick under $150 unless you got a sweet deal with your local. Mm-hmm. Because now there's 12 boosters, and they did not increase the rarities or the collation or anything with it. The simple solution, as much as I would love a cheaper price, the bare minimum they need to do is improve collation. They need to just give more in the bricks.
Yep.
Period. Give us 5 super rares a brick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even 5 super rares, a prime, a chase, and then you've still got 5 rares. That's slightly better than what it is now, but we've seen so many different brick sets. Like, here's 3 super rares, and it's like, really?
Let's get some hot super rares too.
Yep.
We've had a lot of subpar super rares in recent history.
So I had an idea. This is what I mentioned in our chat before the show. So I think something WizKids should explore, and they kind of did very briefly, I feel like, with Wheels of Vengeance, with the Chase boosters, is I think they need to introduce a new rarity that is in between Chase and Ultra Chase. And instead of a new figure, just have a bomb-ass sculpt for other figure in the set. And I'm talking not just like another Kyle Rayner or Hal Jordan level, like, oh, we painted it a different color. Like Lantern Legacy, you got Chase Mogo, but then you have like the world sculpt of Mogo as a higher level, much rarer figure, but it's still the same as Mogo, but it's got the bomb ass like sculpt on it, right? Like introduce that extra level, because a lot of games do that. Like Magic has alternate art, Lorcana's got new like new rarities where it's just the same card, it's just the different foils and whatnot on it to make it look splashy. And so that raises the value, especially if it's a card that's really popular, right? Or a figure that's really popular. So add something, they got great sculpt makers. And I'm not crazy, right? We got some of those in like Next Phase or...
You're thinking like Werewolf by Night where they had two different paint jobs.
Yeah, so I'm not talking pure paint job, obviously, but like whole different sculpt. You could throw those in the chase boosters, so that way when you pull a super rare in there and you're disappointed, maybe it's a super rare that's got a super cool new sculpt on it that's very unique, and that adds an extra level of rarity or an extra level of value to super rares, chases, primes that we already have in the set. And then you're not losing the fact that it's an ultra chase, right? And there's only a few, and it's so good in the game, and now you have to hunt it down. It's $300. Like, it doesn't take away, because you could get it in the set as a super rare, and it's still a really good figure. But now it's got a really cool looking sculpt that people will chase for, right? As a collector, collectors will want to get that.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Sounds and it's just a new sculpt, and you just have the same dial on it, and they could call it whatever they want to call it. But yeah, I think it would be an easy way to add another rarity of sorts without as much cost, but increase in value. It doesn't take away from the game at all.
Yeah.
Because I do not want another Ultra Chase level of rarity for like a figure, right? Like a really good figure. I don't want another Mephisto type scenario where, well, if you don't have $200, $300 to spend on a figure and he's meta potential, well, too bad. You're just not playing collector now.
All right, let's talk about point number 2 here. Extend is something we have talked about just very recently with all of the hype around Lantern Legacy. Extend Modern Age to 3 or 4 years. Give Clix longevity, deepening and diversifying the Modern Age figure pool. Allow time for steep rules and the learning curve to settle in. Frequent rule changes and power creeps make older figures feel obsolete. Exactly. We have approached this from the angle of more modern age events that are relevant. But also, this is a great suggestion from George to extend Modern Age.
Jason, I've been talking too much. Do you have anything to add in on that before I go?
Well, I mean, this has been my crusade for how long now? Like, this less than 2 years stuff is bullshit and needs to stop. And I think 4 years is too long.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be okay with 3 years. But I think at minimum it needs to be 2 years, not just 2 worlds. I mean, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'd be okay with 3 years. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm torn, because not that Heroclix needs to follow all the other games, but a lot of other games does 2 years. Like, they just rotate after 2. I am okay with 2.
Doing that?
Well, that's the point, yeah. As long as it's actually 2. But other games don't do that either. A lot of games also suffer from, well, this set came out at a bad time, so you only get a year and a half. It sucks, and I don't like it in that game either. Lorcana has that issue now. So I want sets to have the full 2 years. I don't know about having 3. If you think about how the meta evolves and how many new sets we get, I mean, look at how we're looking at Notorious and Wheels of Vengeance at this point. Like,
Notorious is just now getting the stuff it needs to complete to make it some cool stuff out of there.
For one thing, Black Lantern, that's on WizKids.
Yeah, well, we're missing out on that, though.
They waited 2 years to give us more. But look at Wheels of Vengeance. Are we not kind of excited for Ghost Rider to go?
Is it? I don't care if Ghost Rider goes or doesn't go. It's not affecting.
Are we excited that Colossus is finally retiring?
Nope, I'm not.
Well, sure, but I think a lot of people are. I mean, I 3 might be okay, but I think we just get I think we just get too much fatigue on certain figures. That it's just.
I think y'all are whining too much about fatigue on certain figures.
I'm
Hell, he
not.
hasn't had
I'm not.
I
any
am.
tournament.
No, we
Like,
just need more modern. It's just more time
we
to
haven't
play.
had that.
More time
There
to
hasn't
play
even
these
been
figures.
that
The
many
problem
tournaments with it.
is that if figures had a deeper life in modern, more time, we would stop getting this. This figure's bad. Oh, this figure's bad. This figure's bad. Well, errata it. Creep. Oh my, errata. Watch list. No, wait for natural things to evolve and progress in the meta. Wait for the waves and curves and highs and lows to move through. We used to have this years ago, and this short.
We don't have it now.
We don't have it now because you used to be able to play stuff long enough and have enough modern to go through it that the meta would adjust. But now it's like, well, I played Colossus once this year. I only get to play it in 3 events, so I'm kind of tired of playing it. Want to try something else instead of saying, "Well, I had 3 events a quarter. I've played Colossus 2 times, 3 times this year, but I also got to play Jim Bob and Billy Sue 4 other times this year."
I mean, if they did 3 years, but they were a slightly more aggressive watch list, I'd probably be more okay with it. Even 4 years at that point. It's when you get some of these figures, like you don't want to get stuck with, new figure comes out, it is meta defining, but not in a good way. Like a Beetlejuice, right? You get a Beetlejuice and you're stuck with Beetlejuice for 3 years, and they're like,
There's only very extreme examples of that. Like Beetlejuice.
There have been in those
is
in
probably
years.
the only thing that has been a real issue for that.
Well, they need to deal with those figures and not just entire sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm fine with 3 years.
Until deal with it in modern, and stop pushing it off to Silver Age, where I can't even play my MOE chases anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine with 3 years.
Still salty about it? Dude, I'd rather play Modern Age where you get to play everything instead of going into a curated meta.
I don't want Killmonger to come back, so
you don't want. It's fine. They're really.
Don't bring Killmonger back.
They're fine.
No, Killmonger's not fine. No, thank you. But yeah, if they did a better watch list, and that I would be fine with 3 years. But like I've said, I've been pushing for make it 2 years from when the set releases. That way you can play your Lantern Legacy through all the Champion Clix and Rock events, and it still only gets the 2 worlds.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so you still get the full 2 years out of it. And if that goes to 3 years, cool. But don't tie it to worlds. Tie it to when it releases. Iconix and OP kits and whatever, Con LEs, those could be tied to worlds because those don't have a set release date. But everything else, if it's a set, 2 years from when it releases.
Yeah,
and it retires.
I hear one more person say Death Metal Wonder Woman's been around 5 years. Oh my God.
It feels like it.
She has not been around 5 years. She was given out at Worlds 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming up on 3 years. I don't want to hear another person say it's 4 or 5 years. Cause I don't care if she's a 21 LE. She didn't come out until 2021. Yeah. It was 2022 Worlds, people. This is her 3rd one.
Yeah. So at either rate, it's just give us more time. Stop knee-jerk reacting with watch lists, and give things time to mature. And we're just not getting it. So great suggestion from George. Pretty simple suggestion here. We did get some of this in our new Iconix releases. Expand franchises beyond Marvel and DC, anime, movies, 80s, more pop culture. V for Vendetta, Heroclix, etc.
It's a deep cut.
That's a very specific thing, like George, like V for Vendetta. I don't know. But that one's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Obviously, most of us are Marvel and DC folks. That's what's got us into the game. Yeah.
And it's obviously easier said than done, but they've been very promising in the things. Do we want to go ahead and talk about it? Because this is a good segue into talking about the Iconix we're getting.
Yeah, I mean,
bring me on the Thundercats and Power Rangers. Let's go.
Yeah, Thundercats, Power Rangers. What else did they mention?
I'm looking at the thing right now, pulling it up.
I think that was all they really announced. Was that?
Yeah, was there nothing really else?
As far as a new IP, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we saw the Venom stuff in the thing. There's a Venom map terrain kit. They showed Sanctum stuff, Cosmic Combat,
X-Men 97 stuff.
Yeah. So, and I assume, obviously, at Worlds, you would think we would hear more about this, and hopefully hear a little bit more about Power Rangers. But they did drop Power Rangers in there just haphazardly in a little Photoshop thing. No sculpts, no nothing. It's
like
just
how many figures are we getting? That's a question.
Yeah, and it's like I think did they say Iconix on it? No, they just said WizKids, RPG, and HeroClix times Power Rangers.
I bet it's an Iconix. I bet. But you gotta have like the 6 Rangers and like some bad guys, right? It could be like a big box set.
Yeah, and I think most of us young men can say that we knew this was coming because Power Rangers entered Fortnite, so it's only time that it was going to branch out into HeroClix and other places, right?
Right.
You're going to get us demonetized. Just kidding. Such an accurate singing.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about Power Rangers, obviously. I think it's going to be a really good, great thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, Power Rangers and Thundercats, like, they're branching out and doing new things. We know that there's that random Hercules where maybe they're dipping into some mythology-based Iconix for some more fun or something different besides just the same Marvel and DC characters. So,
yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. So, good suggestion there from George. This is also one we've talked about for a long time. Increase advertising, get other things done, get out there to other ways to support the store. So, George said, increase WizKids support locally. Saturday morning clicks, family and friends, sled directed. Scheduled events attracts younger players, newer players, maybe father and sons or siblings. Go high or go home mentality. Pricing should be minimum chase figure, 2 times booster buy-ins, regularly scheduled league. Downloadable printable advertising for stores. Overarching thematic leagues. Seasons lasting 3 or 4 months. May include thematic rewards. And when will WizKids actually advertise? You know, it's almost like we used to have that. War Light, the Batcave, Thanos Throne, and then they started slacking. Age of Ultron, Civil War, Regenesis, and then it went away. Alex's keyboard telling us all about it.
I thought I muted. That's weird.
Nope.
Clickety clack.
Clickety clack.
That's why it's on here. Hold on. There we go. Maybe I sound a little better now.
Yeah, you do a little bit. But yes, very well taken there from George. Absolutely, for sure. Need more in-store play, in-store advertisement, more events, more prizing. I mean, they could recapture Warlight level of interest in the store. All they have to do is just make the sculpt, make the event, just do it.
Well, it's not. Yes,
Sorry, I'm not trying to be contrarian this episode, but I feel like I am a little bit.
Yeah, you're being the contrarian tonight.
Well, I
that's
don't want
okay.
to. I don't want to just be blindly saying, "Yeah, let's do this," because not all of it is just that easy.
But
WizKids,
it's been done for years. They did it for years, Alex. It is that easy. You design and print a sculpt. Whatever. Tados on his throne, right? You have designers. They do stuff all the time. What's up? They know what to do. They can design some cool freaking prize figure and like 5 or 6 LEs that are worth something, that'll do some cool shit.
Yeah, not just half-assed, like not doing cool, like good stuff. Let's do something that does some cool stuff and some good stuff.
Yeah, some really cool shit.
Something you want to play. Not they're just like you get it and you're like, it's not that
but
great.
what's the difference between that and the OP kits that they do now?
The monthly OP kits.
They're boring.
The monthly OP they're boring. They don't build. Like, what do you do when you read a comic series?
What do you mean they don't build?
So let me explain. What do you do when you read a comic series? You overarch. You have a climax of the story. You don't just go through this thing and end up like, well, you played, here's 3 little dinky figures. No, you go through, you have something to look forward to. Oh man, this month I got Green Lantern Jim Bob. Next month, the LE is Red Lantern Stacy Sue. Boy, I really like that. I got to come back next month. No. Next month is just same old stuff.
Well, they've tried all that though,
and it worked.
Didn't work.
It
worked. Didn't.
Warlight
You're thinking
worked.
What
you're thinking of the best parts. You're forgetting the worst parts.
What's the worst part?
What's the worst part?
Civil War.
That's when they started giving up. They started giving up.
We said that was on the downslide. On the downslide, we said that.
But you're saying the down. No, you're saying the downslope. But you're like, what's the difference between that and War of Light? Like, I understand how good War of Light was.
War of Light
had cool figures that you fucking wanted to get a hold of.
Sure, but those were it was a split set though. You had different waves of sets, right?
Yes.
Like you had the right. We don't want them to do that again.
We do.
We want X of Swords again? I don't want X of Swords again. X of Swords had its own OP set, and we got tired by month 3. That was only like, a year ago? 2 years ago?
The pricing sucked.
The pricing was great. You're telling me that Apocalypse and Genesis wasn't good?
That was the grand prize. You're forgetting about all of the monthly.
The key word in there is prize. Last I checked,
the figures in the set.
No, you forgot.
The figures in the set boosters were ho-hum. That was the problem.
But
the figures in the set... Hold on, Alex. The figures in the set were ho-hum. You forget about...
Because it was built around sealed, right? That was the reason.
You forget about the figures that were monthly, like Prize Saturnine. Like, once you got her a couple times, it wasn't... You weren't interested in her anymore.
Right, but I think that's the point. Like, there needs to be a middle ground from what you're saying. You were saying you were excited about month 1, month 2.
There is no middle ground. No,
there is.
I'm not asking.
There is.
I'm not asking for a middle ground, Alex.
I'm
asking for War Light. I'm asking for Batcave. I'm asking for Thanos Throne. I'm asking for the coming of Galactus, the coming of Starro.
You're asking for like 20 years ago at this point, or 15.
It doesn't matter. Bring it back.
They have tried. My point is this: I don't think multi-month events work with how frequently we are getting sets. That's the point. We get fatigue when you're dealing with a 3-month event that you have to play with the same sealed boosters, or even if you do constructed. Most of the ones they've done have been sealed.
Only if the set figures sucked.
But
nobody got really tired of playing, Weapon of Accords and
or pulling entities out of their booster.
Oh my god! Yes, we're referencing War of Light from a long time ago. I get it. I understand how good it was back then. I understand that.
Bring
Once
it back.
again, it was still a split set.
Bring it back.
Okay, I don't know if it's as easy as you're making it sound. Because it sounds like they've been trying, and what they've tried just doesn't work. So I don't know how you capture that. It may have just been a magic in a bottle type scenario, and it's hard to catch magic in the bottle again. I think, we do have that Sentinel event thing that they're trying to do. I think if they try to do smaller events to where it's not spanning multiple months, because I think, if you're still having to play one set and a new set is already released and you're still trying to finish month 3, that's where you're going to run into some fatigue and you're like, man, I don't really want to play this. Like, especially if it's something where there's a grand prize and if you miss a month, well, you're kind of out of luck. I think if they do a step up for what they do from their monthly OPs.
No,
so a step up from
Alex,
that.
That's the whole point. You're missing the point. If you miss a month, and you're out, that's the magic in a bottle.
Not for what? No, that's not exactly. No, that's missing what George is talking about.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's part of the magic. You don't want to miss. You try to go to multiple stores, and you try to win. You have a desire and a drive for in-store play, and that's the magic in the bottle that they're missing, that they're not driving for.
Because the stores don't exist.
They exist. They still actually play HyperTime. I mean, all of those.
No. The stores you're talking about where they could go to multiple stores, I don't think exists. Like today, because WizKids. Now, let me clarify the advertising thing. I agree. WizKids has done a terrible job with advertising because they have relied, and they still rely, on stores and distributors being the ones to advertise for some reason. They don't really do anything outside of they've gotten better with their Facebook, sure. But that's about it. Like, they don't do a lot else because it costs money and they don't want to spend the money. So they still rely on stuff like Game Trade Magazine, right, to show a lot of their stuff. And it's like, not a lot of people read that. And that's why they reach out to, these random influencers, right, when they have a new set. And we're like, why did Jimmy Bob get a set review of Lantern Legacy? It's like, well, trying to branch out to new people. I think the issue they're running in is they have so much turnover internally that they don't have, like, they have V, and she does her best job, but how do you advertise to people now to get people to play Heroclix? And especially young kids. The only way to do that is to advertise to the dads at this point.
Yeah, you know how you get the young kids into playing Heroclix? You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one, Alex.
Uh-huh.
Jason, are you ready? You want to know how you get Caleb playing Heroclix, Jason?
Yeah, tell me.
If he is forced to go to a store because you need those 2 extra boosters of XYZ set so that you can pull an entity out of it for competitive play.
They probably just need another place to play Heroclix.
And then, you know what? Eventually, after 3 or 4 months, he'll start to get it, and Stockholm Syndrome comes in, and he'll play Heroclix for the rest of his life. And now you've grown the player base.
There's probably other methods WizKids can do, but we have seen how little WizKids wants to do on some of their events, right? They're limiting themselves to cons and trying to let other people run different events. So the problem you run into is a lot of stores are the ones that really need to be pushing this, and stores don't have the effort to do it when they can make much more money.
And that's what George talked about, right? Need printable advertising. Yeah. We used to get printable advertising. Stores used to get that. That's not a new thing, by the way.
Stores don't have printers anymore. Some stores, like,
they would go. Stores that I knew would go print things. Would go.
So what you're really saying? What you're really saying is, Alex, is that the company itself is insufficient to do what needs to be done.
100%. In order to advertise what they need to be doing, if they want to really grow the game to reach a certain market, they need to reach out to the people they're licensing from. Almost like Marvel needs to be helping push this more. That DC, which they won't, because DC is involved too, right? But like, the problem is that a lot of stores have lost faith in the company because of, a lot of stores closed during COVID. The prices have gone up, So a lot of groups have just fallen out because they stopped playing because they can't afford it. So it kind of goes back to George's first point, is you want people to be able to play, and you want kids to join and stuff like that, which is a good idea. Well, they gotta have a more, like, a cheaper option. Iconix is an okay start, and the 400-point team thing is an okay start too. Some of them are really interesting,
but they're too damn expensive.
Yeah, it's just everything is too expensive, and I get it with like all the tariffs and shipping issues. It seems like it's never ending. Like there's just at first we had all the shipping issues after COVID. Now we're in the tariff territory. It's like there was never a layover between the two. So like if the tariff thing is over, shipping thing is over, are we expecting them to lower the prices? No, they're going to keep the prices the exact same way, even if all that stuff goes away. I mean, that's what we see with everything nowadays, right? So it's just the game is too expensive. Like I don't buy boosters very much anymore. It's hard when you're trying to play the game to go buy boosters. Instead, the way you do it nowadays is you just try to win at tournaments with what you have, or borrow some with what you have, and then sell the con at least you got or trade them to hope you could get the pieces you need. It's just really difficult to justify buying a nowadays.
Yeah, they're too expensive.
Sounds like you need to sign up for a mini brick, Alex.
Ha.
Ever since lower rarities became simpler figures that were not good enough to compete with the higher rarity figures, we've had this problem.
That's right. Yep, lower, and you know what? I just mentioned this in the Lantern Legacy set review, and for those folks that may not have listened to that whole 4-some-hour episode, the booster should always have more value. What was that thing that Dave always played, Jason, that ran through you and shut off your figures, resources?
Phantom Girl.
Phantom Girl, yeah.
Phantom Girl.
She was like an uncommon. Mm-hmm. And, you know, everyone said I hate the resource error. I hated the ID card error. Well, guess what? The resource error allowed these little dinky figures to become super powered, right? Like,
the resource error was...
What if Phantom Girl got an Asgardian hammer and a entity from the Indigo tribe? Oh my gosh! Actually, all of a sudden, you know what? Actually, all of a sudden, Phantom Girl's not a piece of crap 10-cent uncommon. She's a nuclear weapon. Wow.
But she was also a figure of a lower rarity that had good powers and abilities that mattered.
She had that to start off with, right?
And that's what they need. That's what they need.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yes, I understand. We want to make stuff simpler for people who are gonna counter these figures more often. Yeah, it's just we still need some figures that can carry their weight, that are rare or lower.
Absolutely,
we do.
Absolutely.
They're not just support figures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Rares are starting to get there.
Barely.
Yeah, they need to just make the super rares need to be popping more.
And super rares have been lackluster too.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like super rares need to be what set the set. Like you can have cool chase, whatever, but if half, and I've said this I think for years, it's just if more than half of your super rares suck, then in my opinion most of the set probably sucks. Like if I pull a super rare and I want 1 out of 10 because all the rest of them are, well,
I can tell you
Kangaroo Man or something.
I can tell you what, just from what we have talked about on Lantern Legacy and looking at the set review we have coming up, I have a big surprise for y'all. Y'all are going to have to talk more on the tier maker if y'all want to, because I'm going to put like 96% of the set in D tier and be done with it.
I mean, the super rares from the set actually aren't bad. You still got the crappy like Flash, Sonar, and Mongol, but Alan Scott, Superboy Prime, Animal Man, like even Sinestro, like Lantern Legacy has done a good job of maybe or slightly less than half.
Yeah.
Are like good pieces.
Yeah. All right.
So that's why it's like I look at Lantern Legacy positive, as opposed to like Spider-Verse, where like I couldn't tell you besides the Wall, who is a super rare from that set.
Hey now.
Spot and the Wall, I think, were the only ones from that set.
Yeah, let's not be hating on the Wall now.
No, I'm saying those were the only two that I'm like thinking about as super rares. Everything else, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot those existed.
All right, well let's
Lady
move
Stiltman.
on. Let's talk a little bit about what all did Howard talk about on his live stream tonight. We could get a little live reaction from that.
Well, he discussed all of the stuff that Massey brought up, just like we did, for one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The internal changes to WizKids.
Yeah, and Howard got a chance to speak with the new GM as well. What all did Howard suggest? I'm looking to you, Jason, to tell us some bullet points.
I don't know that he talked about suggesting a lot of stuff. The biggest news that I got from it, and this is not a good thing in my opinion, is that WizKids says they're going to now purposely underprint product to force people to go to stores and buy sets.
That doesn't.
Now, to what extent they do that to, I don't know.
That doesn't.
He said that they started it already with Lantern Legacy, and Lantern Legacy is just about sold out at distributor level. He said already, but he said he was talking about companies like Bandai and that are underprinting stuff. Like it's a strategy apparently that they want to make a sense of urgency for you to go order this product because it's not going to be as widely available perhaps. So if this becomes like these TCG things where you can't get a hold of product and people are like marking up product at stores like obscene amounts of money, I'm fucking done with this game.
Like I don't understand that concept. I guess they're thinking you got to go to your store quickly to buy it is what they're saying because they're
yes they're wanting a sense of urgency to get there and get it.
Yeah, and Howard, I listened to some of that, and I think I heard some of that part too. Was he referenced the fact that WizKids keeps having these sales because they have an overabundance of certain sets still on their website, right? So you see now there's like next phase deal with like Deadpool and whatnot.
He attributed that to the fact that Diamond and Alliance were the only places they had warehouses to keep stuff, and they weren't their warehouses, so they didn't know what all they had. But now they own some of their own warehouses because Nika bought Diamond, so now they're finding this stuff.
I don't know if they are just finding X Phase. I think it's just it didn't sell because the set wasn't very good.
Well, it also wasn't very good. You're right, but I mean that's why they found a bunch of old stuff. Maybe they've got a bunch of old stuff.
All those battery packs we're apparently getting.
Like lanterns sitting around. Yeah. So you've seen how this TCG stuff goes, right? Like One Piece. And there's the local stores are like just marking these boxes. Like when Star Wars. When the Star Wars card game came out last, like they're just, One Piece, like Digimon, like Pokemon. It's just like, you can't even just go to the store and buy a box of the damn cards for MSRP, much less get a deal on anything, because the stores are getting allocated for way less than what their orders are. That's not a future Heroclix.
You know what I'm really excited, though, to see? I'm really ready to see like Heroclix end up on Whatnot, and we get the Scalpy videos of Heroclix running of people running to the Heroclix store for their Scalpy video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's Pokemon scalpers. Hey,
that's what we want.
Hey guys, I got a booster of Lantern Legacy, $29. You want one?
Hey, guess what? Guess what, guys? We already had this and it sucked. You guys remember when they put gravity feeds in Target? and everyone was running to their target to find that one Black Widow, and they're like, "Is this it? Did we get the one, or did we get the crappy Black Widow?" Like that's exactly what happened. It was limited because you can only get that one set gravity set from Target, and everyone was running to their Target, and it was kind of exciting at times, but it was during COVID, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. I understand what Howard was
during the beginning.
I understand what Howard was saying. I don't know how much it'll impact maybe our local stores, because our local stores may not buy a ton. And I know personally, my store buys we get 5 bricks or 3 cases or whatever, but they don't ever try to order more later.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get pre-release and you get release, but they're not 3 months later hey, let's buy more Lantern Legacy. In my opinion, this affects more people like Howard, like Safari Zone, the ones who buy a ton of bricks and cases at the beginning. They may just be more allocated and saying, okay, you're not getting as many because we're not printing as many.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Well, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's all it is. But if it depends on how hard they go at it.
I mean, as long as I could see them making less, but I don't know. It is a scary thing. I could try to be optimistic about it, but I don't know how much of that.
I mean, we just don't know,
right? And we don't know how much of that is Howard directed, right? Like they were basically telling Howard, "Hey, we're allocating things," because we know he's probably the bigger
that they were going to pursue when he was talking to the new GM guy. What he said on his stream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the other thing we don't know is we don't know how much WizKids has available on their website, right? And they could be also talking purely their website.
No, he's not. It's not what he was saying. That's
I understand that, but we also understand that Howard understands some things when he's talking to during the conversation. I'm saying there's a lot of realm of possibility on how this lands. They could be saying, because you're saying they want to push them to the stores. Well, limiting stores on what they could buy is counterintuitive to what they were just talking. But if they're talking about we're printing less,
they've already started doing it, printing less. My own store already had trouble ordering more than they have in any of the previous sets from recent years. Mm-hmm. This time, and he said that they're already at this point distributors just about sold out, and that's it. It freaking came out 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not gonna. I hope it's not too bad. Maybe it won't be too bad, but it's a scary thought.
It can be, yeah. I'm hopeful that maybe they're talking more about their own store and saying we're not going to print as much, and thus
I don't think it's just their own store. I just think that's wishful thinking on your part.
Sure. I mean, if an okay scenario for us, the player, in my opinion, is if they limited how much they had on the store and then also limited how much they may send to the bigger buyers that just break them out for singles and, kind of take a majority of the product that other stores, like the store you're talking about, Jason, maybe they can't get enough because, other stores bought more. And I don't know if they get priority or anything like that, but if one store is buying 40 bricks, that's going to be inherently less product for the rest of the people.
I guarantee you certain stores get better treatment from their distributors than others, depending on what they've bought.
Oh, yeah.
No, we already know that that's a thing. We've talked
to...
that's not a WizKid.
Yeah, and I don't give a... Yeah.
That's not a secret. I mean, we already know that that's a thing based on...
No, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, we've talked to stores and their distributors, and we've talked to folks that have worked at distributors in the past.
Yeah.
That's not a new thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I don't care if WizKids sells bricks on their damn website or not. Mm-mm. I'm not paying full MSRP for a brick of that shit. I don't care if they sell them or they don't sell them at their own website. Who gives a shit? They're selling them at $203, and they're already complaining about the price. Why am I going to buy it from them anyway?
Right. That's why I'm hoping that's where they're talking about limiting because they're having to sell an MSRP, and they're having too much. They realize they just have so much backstock because they kept too much for their own store. And so they're having to do these buy a brick, get a brick deals because they realize they just have too much.
I understand you don't want to overprint, but that's not what they were talking about. They
Yeah.
weren't talking about just adjusting down because they were talking about doing this on purpose, limiting it on purpose to drive an urgency to people to go buy the stuff at the store.
Well, you know what we need to do?
You know what'll drive urgency more so than printing it short?
Making good shit.
Ah, yes, that is one. That's a great answer, Jason. Do you know what the other answer is?
What's the other one?
Have more modern events so that you want to go buy the stuff to go play it. Because guess what?
Make it legal to play longer?
Yeah, guess what? If the kitchen table guy doesn't get super rare Jim Bob badass, guess what? They don't care. They're just going to play with whatever anyways. So the only way to drive it is to drive more desire for your product. And you get more desire for your product by having more events in which to play it in. I think they underestimate how much sealed product used to be bought by competitive players trying to pull stuff for the next big event.
Well, it doesn't help that everything's overpriced like to begin with. Maybe they're cutting things back because they're seeing bricks not being purchased because people have stopped buying it because they're $170 at stores.
Yeah.
And that's under MSRP. Yeah. All I will say is, one thing I want to say is, let's all keep in mind what Howard has said, and let's make sure we bring that up in 2 weeks when we see, hopefully, most of these people at WizKids, and when they have their open night, when they talk to people and whatnot, or whatever. I'm not saying go talk to them when they're busy, but like, when they're doing previews and stuff and they're opening to questions and whatnot, let's talk about it. Let's have an open discussion while everyone's there and have them explain it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a multitude of reasons why people don't buy bricks. I mean, it's just not one thing. It's a multitude of things. Hopefully, they're going to address all that stuff in time. It takes time.
Yeah, I think we should make a point to some of these questions, especially the whole cutting back on whatnot. Let's talk to them, and not necessarily do an interview, but we could try to do one at Worlds and try to talk to people.
I've tried.
That's great.
I've tried to get them folks on the show.
Well, not on the show, but like while there. But because it's
you know what? There's one thing we haven't got an uptake on yet. The Clixed Off dating show. Nobody has messaged me for a dating at Worlds yet, so I guess
that's probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So, Jason, anything else that Howard covered on his live stream tonight?
Nothing else that we haven't already talked about. No.
Yeah, the only other thing he mentioned on there that I'm not a fan of is he mentioned talking about the WizKids shop and how he felt as a store, they could not compete with the incentive deals that WizKids does on there. Like, hey, you can get the gnome, or you can get the gingerbread man, or the dinosaur hatchling. Like, he doesn't have access to get those figures, so he can't do those brick incentive things. And it's a valid argument, right? Like, that should be something that's more readily available. It should probably be something that stores could just purchase and sell with their bricks. But from what Howard said, they opted, like, it sounds like they're going for the worst option, which is the WizKids store just stopped doing those incentives, which I think is kind of the worst option out of all of them.
It is definitely the
worst option. That was the reason I was buying anything from them. So, like, was that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, we were buying, because we were buying, I know I was Iconix and stuff, because it's like, they're cheaper. Yeah. You only need to spend like $50 or $70.
Those things are cool. Battle Gnome, Bigfoot, Unicorn, Zombie Sharks. That's cool stuff. I like that stuff existing.
Yeah.
Don't take that away.
Yeah, that's something that's just
zombie shark.
Yeah, like they should just make, and of course they've released some of those at the cons, right? Like that they've made them either purchasable at the different events or they're pricing, which is fine. I guess maybe they need to make it as a method for stores to buy it, or they need to. Probably the better method is to limit those in-store things to just maybe not new products coming out, right? So like instead of a brand new Iconix coming out, you get this cool shark if you buy slightly older stuff, like enough time for the stores to sell, maybe like give it a little bit of delay. Because I know it's like, oh, new Iconix, I'll just stack, it's already on their store. Like right now I could go out there and pre-order Thundercats, right? So if I want this zombie shark, I'll just go ahead and pre-order Thundercats. Well, my local store can't do anything about it, right? So don't let that be an option.
Yeah.
Still allow you can purchase Heroclix to get a zombie shark, but
I'm never buying anything that's not in stock on the WizKids store for one thing. Like
I've done some pre-order stuff, but
you know what I'm talking about. Like that shit gets pushed back and pushed back.
Oh yeah, then you
push back.
Then you're getting your Masters of Time.
Hey, Albert.
You get your Masters of Time release day kit, or play at home kit, like a year later.
Yeah, remember that happened to me because I bought the Peacemaker set with Mern, and I put the Beholder Iconix in it as well. And so the Beholder ended up being delayed and came out like 7 months later. And so I had to buy Mern separately, and I got a second one, and I traded it away. But it's because they don't split up their purchases; they send it all in one bundle.
Yeah, I'm not pre-ordering something to get the cool LE because then they might hold it hostage for 6 months to a year or something. And I know I'm just buying in stock stuff. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that was an exciting part of the show. I think that covers our Iconix and everything that we wanted to talk about a little bit. I know not like specifically, but that was been almost an hour. So let's go ahead and transition to a little bit of team building for Worlds. And let's talk about that. I'm going to pull up Lantern Legacy. What I wanted to start on, what we promised last episode, was what sort of team would you like to see built for each spectrum, and kind of what you could see with each of those power batteries. Now,
can we do a little bit of how the battery functions for people?
Yes, we can. We did get that question. William K. Hollum and Todd Russell both asked that, and we are more than happy to explain how the batteries work. My joke answer is immediately out the gate. I don't know. Just read the card. All right, I'll get all the joke stuff out of the way first. So the first thing is force construction. You decide which battery you want to play. You can then attach, not equip, the same color ring for 0 points, or you can attach a different color ring to it for 10 points. Got it? So we're just talking about force construction. We've got that under control.
And let's point this out while we're talking about attaching the ring. That doesn't mean then also you can attach a ring, and then you could also use an Egyptian god, say for a Khonshu perhaps, on like your power battery in addition to the ring.
Yes.
Because it's not being equipped.
It is being attached. Yeah.
Attached, which is different.
Yes.
So that you could still, these batteries can't be equipped because they're colossal.
Well, they can be equipped.
At force construction. At force construction.
That's right, yeah. They can also have something attached, equipped to them post-force construction.
Yeah, during the game, you could equip them with something else. This is very true. But during force construction, you could put like an Animal Man or a Conchu or a Tarad or something like that on them during force construction.
Yep. Which means there's things like, I want my power battery to attack. How can I attack with a 4?
Well, they don't have an attack power except for Clix 1 and 2.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And it's a 0.
How do I attack with a 2-star? How do I attack with a 5?
Yeah, those aren't attack values. For those wondering, those are not actual values. Those are, think of them as special powers, but the value under them does not represent like a value. So like a 1-star does not mean the battery.
I'm being a little bit facetious, Alex.
No, it's a good question. People might be thinking that if you see these, because keep in mind the dial that you see there was printed 10, 15 years ago, right? Because these are legacy cards.
The big difference is the batteries used to not be characters; they were a resource, and they had special rules for attacking them.
Yes.
And now they don't.
Yeah, and the power battery
is on your force.
Yeah, and the power battery specifically says it can't move, attack, or be chosen for mastermind. So don't try to give Animal Man to think you're going to be Blades in or something with a power battery somehow. They literally can't move or attack.
But they can be placed, which is pretty exciting. So we'll talk about the...
So they can be carried. That's...
Yep. So all of them have the same... Yeah. So let's talk about what all the power batteries have.
No, you could actually have a power battery do damage though.
If it's got like poison or something.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, which is the Red Lantern is one of those. And just a reminder, also we did detail the specific stats and whatnot on our set review at the very end. If you don't want to make it to that, kind of briefly go over the individual powers again. But yeah, I know we did read through all of them.
Yeah, I do want to just talk about team builds around it, but we wanted a little bit of how do you play the battery. So although the batteries have support powers in their support slot, so the click number of the battery is its range value. So it's got prob, perplex, outwit, and support, which can be used.
Barrier.
No, I'm talking about support powers. Just support. Just literally like the
damage powers. You're talking damage powers.
Damage powers, yeah.
Damage powers.
Yeah. And then it does have barrier on some clicks. Okay, so how do you get the battery down its dial? You can, I'm reading it here, once per turn, when a power battery is given an action, after resolutions, you may roll a d6 and deal unavoidable damage after the result. So that gets you into its other special abilities. One being, why in the world is there not one on the HC units for the green battery?
There is. It's on the top, very front card.
Oh, that's really weird spot. So you give it a power action, you choose a friendly character. The character can use the effect of the Green Lantern ring, or the Lantern ring attached to this character until your next turn, which means it can make constructs, it can use Empower, it can have Plasticity, it can use Poison, it can, use Perplex, and then -2 to it if it already has Perplex. All that good stuff.
The battery itself can be chosen to do this.
Correct, because the battery is a friendly character.
Yeah, and so this is the same one power for all the batteries. Most of these powers are actually the same. There's just a couple of these that are different between the batteries.
Yeah, and we can get into that a little bit, but you read all of the batteries here. So the point of all of this is how do you use the battery in general? So read the individual things, because we just want to talk about team builds with each spectrum here in a minute.
Were you wanting me to read it? Because I could read it.
No, I was going to talk about just Power 2 real quick. Okay. and are we? I noticed Lamar saying, have we been saying core? We've been saying core.
I think it was other.
We've been saying it right, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been saying Green Lantern core. We haven't been saying Green Lantern corpse.
Corpse. No, it's core. Yeah.
Core.
We're cool. Apparently, though, you need to start saying what is it? Errata. There was one word you've been saying wrong, Alex.
I know errata. Have I been saying it errata instead of errata?
It's errata, not errata. You're saying it errata.
It's
Errata.
whatever.
It's errata.
I'll probably not forget that
Yeah.
or remember that.
It's like
we'll
it's like Rattata, the Pokemon.
Right.
When you get into Power 2, that is per spectrum. Read what Power 2 gives out. That it varies per battery. We'll talk about that specifically with Green Lantern Corps because it's part of the reason you play it. Then Power 3 is when a friendly Lantern construct would take damage, you may deal the battery 1 unavoidable instead. Number 4 is based on spectrum. Read the individual card for that. 5, friendly characters can use the effect of the lantern ring attached to this character. Friendly constructs are characters named Black Lantern Reanimate can't use that effect to generate characters, so they, just like we thought, they patch the ability to fill up the board.
So 5, if you want to think of it this way, because this is thinking of it as a grand scheme. When the power battery starts, you use the first power to take a power action to give someone the effect. When you get to the 5th power, which unfortunately is on its last 5 clicks, it's got 20 clicks. At that point, everyone within range that is a friendly character can use the effect. So keep in mind the length of the dial. The dial's long, but you're looking at power 5. That's click 16. And the only way to really damage this thing is either to do the once per turn thing, have your opponent attack it, or have it take knockback or not knockback damage, but like you remove the elevated, or you have an extra piranha tank or something, right? Like minimal ways to damage your own people. It's going to take a bit. You can't reliably say, oh yeah, I'm going to get to that 5th power, the 6th power that Dan's about to talk about. That's end dial. It's kind of like you see a cool special power on a Fig mid dial, and you're like, oh, well, good luck getting there. That's kind of where the 5th and 6th power are, effectively.
Yeah. So 6 is friendly characters modify their combat values +1 for each friendly lantern construct within 4 squares of them. Cool. All right. So the reason you play a battery is typically for Power 2, or you want to spread around the effects of Power 1. That's in general what you're looking at adding to your team, especially if you have keyworded characters of the spectrum. So, Power Battery, Green Lantern Corps. Power 2 says opposing characters within range can't be given more than 1 free action per turn. So you spin that bad boy up a little bit. Yeah, now I think what you play the Green Lantern Corps with is with a Flying Colossal, which, by the way, you can just give out Animal Man, and now all your Colossals have flight, which means they can carry Green Lantern Corps. Now, is there any really cool Colossal that we've played for a minute, Jason, Alex?
Say it again.
Is there any really cool Colossal that they've released the past couple of years that'd be worth a shit for Worlds?
Well, so we just got Sinestro, who's a flying.
Sinestro's pretty cool.
No, I'm just saying in general, like if you wanted to.
You're talking about Kong, I'm assuming.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Just
and it's even thematic because Kong was a Green Lantern in the comics recently.
Yeah. So Kong carrying around his Green Lantern Corps battery with obviously Animal Man because he's got to be able to fly to have passenger.
Which is relevant for 2 more weeks.
We're talking about Worlds. We're talking about Worlds. There's.
Well, he was just asking about Bill. I guess. I'm just pointing that out.
We have talked about how batteries work. Thank you all for your question. Now we're talking about team builds. So Green Lantern Corps battery typically wants to be carried up into the middle of the map. Take a couple of actions. Get on click 5. Keep in mind it is a 2x2, so the 5 squares radiates out either way. So bing, bang, boom, you now have most of a small map, and you have a really cool, and it works like, apparently it works like Wakanda Hulkbuster. So
I think, yes, it does, but the problem is it's within range, whereas Wakanda Hulkbuster is map wide. So there are still questions out there because what if they take free actions and then step into range? How does that work? So like if they've taken a sidestep to step into range, does that count as their one free action? So there's still some nuances that's not abundantly clear that I think we're waiting on win rulings to like clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Like what can your opponent just give a bunch of perplexes and then it's just when they get in range they can't? Like does anything they do outside of range count as their one? And so if they do everything, move into range, can they still sidestep even if they already did a free action? There's kind of that weird thing because we haven't seen that, right? We've kind of Hopebuster's map wide, Beetlejuice is map wide. So there's a little bit of nuances on exactly how that works.
Yeah. All right.
And
so
the other thing I want to mention real quick for team building to remember is that because these are characters, they will break theme. Their keywords do matter. Some people forget that. They're used to them as resources, and you can stick them on any team. Unless you're playing one of the Lantern core keywords, you're going to break theme. Just FYI. Anyway.
Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll get an errata to where they won't have to break theme. Maybe they'll get an errata like a bystander.
An erotica?
Yeah, erotica. They'll get an
erotica. Yeah. That's spicy. Yeah.
In erotica. All right, White Lantern Corps. Don't play it unless you're playing that Superman, and then it's probably not good because that Superman's not great.
I wouldn't say don't play it. So some of these are obviously better than others, right? This one will probably be better if it exists that long. I guess it won't be in a realm where it's not with the Bloodstone, but it does help you a little bit. Like it's not a bad battery. If you want to have constructs, if you want to be able to do it, it's not a bad one because you can keep healing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you have to go and you have to do a whole bunch of keyword cheating, I think, to play that Superman and the White Lantern battery together.
Disagree that Superman is bad, but okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with the bad part either.
Yeah, he kind of sucks.
But that's up for this weekend with our tier maker.
Yeah, so he's kind of bad. This is a team build session for Worlds.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought some of these questions were just how do they work in general.
No, we've switched to the segment.
We did that.
The segment is
we can talk about
for Worlds. I don't give a shit if White Lantern Superman is a Heroclix awesome thing after Worlds. I don't care.
Well, that's the problem is if you disregard it now, we know you ain't going back to it after Worlds.
Am I?
You're going to have it in your head that it's like, the Superman's trash, moving on. And it's like, well, we got to circle back. But yeah, for Worlds specifically, White Lantern is probably not good enough.
No.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, perfect. Now, we're on the same page.
Sort of.
It was in the show description. The questions description. Red Lantern Corps. Pretty decent.
Friendly characters within range have giant reach 2.
And they all get poison. You probably want to really push this one so you can get the constructs out and they can use invincible and poison, and you can assign out the battery, the poison a whole bunch. There are some decent just Red Lantern pieces out there, and just other pieces that have poison, like because you remember that this can stack, right? So you can have a piece with the universal weapon, it can pick poison, and then it can become empowered with the Red Lantern ring effect, and then have penetrating poison. So things like that could come into play.
Yeah, I don't know if someone could be crazy and try to build with like that Sandman, right? The ones where Sinister Syndicate can't reduce, because that was what people were doing before with Spot, right?
Right.
Trying to do all that poison. It's probably not there for Worlds, but I think it's better than White Lantern. The Red Lanterns, there's decent ones in the set, but there's just, unless you'd have to go non-theme. You can't go Red Lantern Corps. There's just not enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been reading people talking about that one chase we talked about, Atrocitus and Dexstar. People have been talking about playing like 2 of them as opposed to 1. So, there might be something there that could be one of those worlds builds that you're not expecting. But I think playing a lantern in general is an oddball move for worlds anyway.
Yeah. Orange Lantern, don't play it.
What's wrong with turning off the effective equipment? You don't want to destroy your armor?
It's a power. It's within range.
Yeah.
It might be worth it to get rid of that -2 and.
The thing is like the problem is only 2 shows up sparingly. You can't you have to be able to play it for just a turn or 2. If not, the power battery just gets attacked way past 2 pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Because dealing 10 damage to something is not hard to do. So
especially with no reducers.
Yeah, no reducers or anything unless they get an Animal Man.
Yeah. The bigger issue with this is that
barrier sucks.
No, not at all. It's that the ring doesn't give you anything. Right. So even if you are on the 1 power, whoop-de-doo, you gave somebody plasticity.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to use the specific color ring with it. You can use any of the rings with it.
Yeah, if you pay for it.
So that's another 10. Yeah, that's true.
It does cost you 10 points, but you can use any of the rings.
The benefit is if you use it on the power, he could choose himself, like you mentioned earlier, Jason, and then you make a free construct. And that's one of the benefits that's one of the benefits of having the Mac. Is so that way when you do a first turn, and this is kind of I've been building and playing with the battery for a bit. First turn, you're trying to push that battery to get to your second power, right? All of these batteries, you want to get to that second star power as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
Once per turn, when power batteries give an action, after resolutions, you may roll a d6 and deal it unavoidable damage equal to half of the result. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, you're going to get it to click 2, which it still doesn't have that 2 power. You've got to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Otherwise, you're stuck on the 1 power by itself. And so you probably want a 1 power that you can use. Otherwise, you're going to deal with 1 whole turn with only having that 1 power. And likely with this, you're non-themed, which means you may not be going first all the time. So it's risky. Yeah. But the Orange Lantern, if the ring was better, I'd feel a little better about it. But
all right, Indigo Tribe, pretty straightforward. This one will be played with Cap and his Colosseum.
Yeah, spoilers, jeez.
Yeah, we share team ideas.
Yeah, so I've been building with Indigo Tribe. This one's actually my favorite. I used to play this back in Warlight days also because it's almost identical to how it was before. I used to love this battery, so it's a little bit of a part of the reason why I'm trying to play it. But I like it with the Colosseum because you can play it and you can play like a Mern. And so that the power battery says other friendly characters within range can't be targeted by opposing characters more than 3 squares away from them. And so if you position that with Mern, who says, within 4 they can't have combat values, you can build that around the Colosseum to where they're trying to attack you from out of it. They get a -2 to attack and damage. They don't get stat bumps because of Mern, and they have to get close in general to attack you. And so that allows Captain America, Colosseum Cap, to actually be able to attack people, right? Because otherwise you could just avoid them. You could just go around the Colosseum and just avoid them the whole time. So the power battery gives the Colosseum an option of, no, they're going to have to get close for that to happen. Now, it's not foolproof. There's ways around it, but I think it's pretty darn good with the Colosseum.
But that's the team idea, right? That's the build to look into. All right, Sinestro Corps, big defense guy. So, like Superboy Prime, Destroyer Armor, Sinestro Corps Battery, get -1 to your attack, and the the Legacy Sinestro as well.
I figure somebody's going to play this with Prime Sinestro.
Yeah, I think so too. And the key thing with this, the other builds we were talking about with Kong, right, being one of the bigger ones to carry a lot of these batteries around. Sinestro is one of the few that has its own colossal that has flight and sidestep, I believe.
Yes.
So like having Giant Sinestro, the legacy one, is perfect because he could just carry this around, so that way you're spreading out that -1 attack to everyone, and you get a perplex from the ring, because that'll be for free, or if you use the power or whatever. So this one's good. This one I think is a step down from the green, but because of how easy it's going to be to play it, and how because you have that colossal that works with it well, I think it'll see more play. But yeah, you're probably at least going to be playing it with the Sinestro Colossal, because he also benefits from creating free constructs.
And it's just another -2 to their attack too.
Yeah.
I mean, this did find success in the past with, like Dan said, one big high defense character.
And oddly enough, it wasn't a Superboy, but it was a Superman.
It was Superman, yeah.
Yep. So, oh man.
Perhaps.
All right. So, Star Sapphires. This one's probably not a recommend on my end. But somebody with Dream Ruby and Shatari Pogs might be interested in something like this.
I think
that's it, but I don't see too much. I don't see this one being played.
I don't know. I agree with you. I see people playing it, but it's probably better than we're giving it credit for.
Well, Kong and Colossus are definitely playable for Worlds.
Okay.
Maybe the 3 Ghost Riders need this, Jason.
Well, the 3 Ghost Riders can just get shape changed from their pilot.
You could choose other abilities, though.
That's right. Maybe they could be piloted with a prob.
The main thing you're going to want to do if you're building with this, I would also make sure you're playing a figure most likely with Mystics, because you want to maximize the potential. And if you get to the point where you can give someone the effect, remember the Star Sapphire ring, if you have Mystics printed, they deal unavoidable instead, which is...
what? You know who has Mystics?
Ghost Rider
048. Wow.
I mean, considering it's giving everyone within range friendly character shape change is pretty good. Just because we have Kong and Colossus and one get through shape change, we still want shape change on most of our figures, right?
I agree.
We're still reaching for it.
Yeah, I just don't think that it's going to be played too much. But I do see some uses for it. Namely that it is a pilot killer, by the way.
If Thanos doesn't want to go target someone who's utilizing the ring somehow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Ghost Rider just needs to have the power of love here. I don't know.
I think this might be one of those pieces, like you're saying, Dennis, not played a lot, but maybe it should be played more than it's going to end up being played.
Right.
Because it's giving everyone, boost it up to even just 5, click 5, and you're giving everyone within 5 on your team shape change. Like, if your team doesn't have an answer for shape change, you're going to, that's a huge boost. And yes, I know there's a lot of Colossus and Kongs and whatnot, but there's not a lot of other Battle Fury options, right? I mean, does Animal Man, they would have to choose Battle Fury on, Animal Man.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You don't want them to choose the other ones.
We'll talk about that a little bit when we come to the questions. Blue Lantern, I always was a favorite of mine when it was out originally. This one, once per turn, you may re-roll a roll made by a friendly character within range. That 2 power is pretty sweet. I do miss...
Also probably great with Ghost Riders.
Yes. I do miss whenever this was not a 2 power and it was just the emotional spectrum and it happened all the time. That was way better. I think that if it gave out Empower all the way or enhancement.
It does on Click 4.
Well, that's on the
Or on the 4-star.
The constructs it does. I'm just saying, if number 2 was just giving out that power instead of the reroll.
I think you could make that work because 4 gets more reliable as you like mid dial, like clicks 8, 9, 11, 12. So you could power action, make the battery make its own construct, turn 2, and once you make that construct or do the power action, you damage it and it goes forward a little bit. So like turn 2, you can have 2 constructs out reasonably and potentially hit this 4 to have 2 enhancements out there. And technically the ring, a part of it, the Blue Lantern ring gives what? Empower, and if it can already use it, it's +1 or something. Yeah, Empower, when they use it, they also +1. So you could be giving out a lot of enhancement. I just don't, it's not reliable enough. But it's not bad. It's just not as cool as like the Green Lantern one or the Indigo or Sinestro. It'd be like a step down.
And then Black Lantern Corps, don't play it.
I will not say that. I will say if you have figured out a Black Lantern team that works, that is the only time you would be playing this.
Yes, you have one chance. We haven't figured it out. If you figured it out, more power to you.
Yep.
I hope we get you on the show for Winning Worlds.
Yeah, the problem with this battery is the fact that you can spend 30 points less and play a Bloodstone, and it has a better effect than this. Somewhat. I mean, this does say within range can't heal at all, whereas the Bloodstone is just you heal 1 less. So there's some merit to this, right? Like, if you're entering a meta with a ton of Chthon, and the fact that they can't ever heal if they're within range, that's a big deal. But I don't know if we're quite there to that meta. Like, this is probably better in Silver, to be honest. But for Modern, probably not, unless you have figured out that Batman, Black Lantern, Necron build where you're healing people up, and then you're playing this battery so that way you can, spread around some Black Lantern ring stuff where they're using steel energy to heal 2 clicks. It's fine. The downside to the Black Lantern ring, though, is, remember, they don't have constructs. They only make that Black Lantern reanimate, and it's really not good. Like, it's okay. It only has Plasticity and Exploit and Blades. So.
Yep. All right. So let's answer some questions this evening. I'm gonna go. Jeremy Stallings asked, "What are the top 5 figures you think you'll see at Worlds?" Kong, Colossus, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance,
Predagaton.
Yep, Kevin.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else you didn't say. That's most of it. And we're talking, obviously, main force, not sideline.
Correct, because the next question is, what are the top 5 sideline figures you'll see? Animal Man.
Destroyer Arm.
No, that Destroyer Armor.
You said sideline, didn't you?
I said sideline figures.
Mimic?
Yep.
Yeah, Mimic. Yeah, the other piece, gotta say and mention before, real quick, the main pieces that we might see also, don't forget, Phoenix Pog and Copycat. Copycat's going to be everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
And sideline figures, Chase Thanos, Beholder, Tarret, Conchu. I tell you what, I'm just going to pause right here. I tell you what, if Conchu and Tarret are temporarily benched in Silver, I am going to... It's a curated meta. There will be no doubt in my mind that it's a curated meta after that point. I'm calling it now. September 12th, Friday night, 9:58 p.m. Conchu and Tarret and Amit better not go onto the tip ban list.
Fortify is probably one of the most played.
That's not a figure.
For the sideline.
He said sideline figures.
Beetlejuice.
He said sideline figures.
Beetlejuice.
Well, he didn't have anything else about sideline, so
maybe he doesn't want to know about Fortify.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is on there. Fortify, I would say also the other one shot's probably on there as well.
Chthon, Ares.
Yeah, it's probably
Ares
more
is up
like Chthon, the gods, and Chase Thanos.
Yeah, the only other ones I could think of is some of those pop-in ones.
Chase, like Scarlet Witch.
Well, that's more for pilots, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Reverse Flash, maybe.
Yeah, Reverse Flash or like Batman or something, or Guy Gardner, maybe. You know, if you're playing against someone who's got Green Lantern and you want to bring him in, he's one of those kind of sneaky plays you might not anticipate because he's not bad. He comes in and deals damage, but he could die pretty easily.
Yeah.
But he does pop in, but he's a prime. So
yep. All right. Top 5 equipment. Destroyer armor. I think the Bloodstone. I don't know if Bloodstone will be top 5 most played equipment, but I think it'll be top 5 most played equipment at like the top cut level.
Longsword.
Yeah, longsword.
Motorcycles.
Trick arrows. I think anything that's free. Like, I think you might be surprised to see how many of the Ring of Telekinesis is out there because it fits on Mystical, and it's free for a lot of characters, like Daredevils, and a lot of characters get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be one of those low key. You're like, what? Why is this top? Well, it's because every team can play it. For
low
free,
key? Are you saying like Chase Loki's going to be good? Low key?
No.
I'd say the God Killer sword will also be very popular.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume so. Yeah. What are y'all's opinion on not having a Pulp World Championship tournament this year? I don't know.
Fine.
It is what it is. People must hate Pulp.
Well, I think going back to
that is a joke. That is a joke,
right.
By the way.
I think it's something that WizKids maybe needs to turn it around and kind of take George's idea early and reflavor Pulp in a way to the younger audience and like drive it towards that, because it's a perfect format to introduce new players to younger players. It's perfect because you don't have to worry about getting those $100 chases or whatever. You can still go for good figures. You can win good prizing that you can then, that starts the addiction. Oh, I got this cool Con LE. Oh man, now I want other cool figures. Like, use Pulp to, and that might be what WizKids originally was thinking. Pulp is kind of the intro into the competitive world of HyperTime. So market that more, I guess.
Drugs.
But yeah, basically.
Drugs. All right. Emmanuelle Olavarria asked, do you expect to see Animal Man and Destroyer armor on every build? Yes.
Yes.
I expect those to be on, at a minimum, 70% of all builds.
Yeah, most builds, yeah. I agree.
One or both.
Got what?
Most teams will probably have one or both.
Yeah.
Is Superboy Prime a decent pilot for Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk? Yes, he is. Pulse Wave leadership, and then when he pops out, he becomes a giant killer.
With the Destroyer armor so prevalent, he has plenty of reason to do that.
Absolutely.
He doesn't have Pulse Wave though.
You're thinking of Alan Scott.
I am thinking Alan Scott, but I thought Superboy had the same thing.
No, he's modifies attack +1 and deals unavoidable damage.
No, I thought about I was just thinking when he was when he was driving, he doesn't have Pulse Wave. Okay, who else has Pulse Wave and leadership then, Jason? I thought that was Superboy.
Odin and Ravens.
Okay, Odin and Ravens. Sorry. That's who I was thinking of.
So Emmanuelle, he is a decent pilot, especially if you think you're going into a modern event in Worlds where you're going to see a lot of Kongs, see a lot of people wearing destroyer armor. That's basically it. Where you want to...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Because he would just, if he hits, he deals unavoidable damage to his characters with Giant or Colossal. So that's great against Kong, because he would just attack and deal 4 damage straight through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. The downside is he doesn't have that damage power. So you have to that gives him the power cosmic or cosmic energy. And which also means he doesn't get that opposing characters with the lower point value, modify attack -2, blah, 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 blah. So really only play him, because you're going to have to sacrifice probably Hulk in that case, because you're probably still playing Beholder and Thanos, right? Or a Superboy Prime could be your 4th, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're not going against a Colossal or Giant, he's kind of risky. He's still 12 for 4, but...
And he has perplex trading.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's up there, definitely top 10.
Yep. Caleb Reddick asked, will 200-point Kong make more of a showing than Collector? Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes.
100% yes.
I have played Collector, and he doesn't do enough. He can't attack enough, and I hate it.
It's definitely don't disregard him post Worlds for anyone listening. I think once you lose Kong and you lose Colossus and the meta gets a little different, Collector might still find a place. Because you could play Collector with some, like Mogo and some other things, and it might be a little bit better. But the problem is... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Collector now, you go against a 200-point Kong, you're going to be trying to go through those turns real fast to hope you get enough collection tokens. But Kong could probably still crush you. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, I think 200-point Kong, thanks to Jason partially, right, is making a big comeback.
He has made a big comeback in the CCOs.
Yeah. And he's just getting better, so...
Yeah.
He's got Animal Man now.
Yeah. It makes a big difference for him. Collector will be back. Collector can easily collect power batteries.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah. But at Worlds, 200-point Kong will make a...
Oh, for sure.
And and no doubt there will probably be a couple of collectors. There will be people who are trying to make Collector work.
Yeah.
But
thankfully,
more prevalent.
I think the big thing too is that Spirit of Vengeance just needs to play Ultimate Hulk. And just Ultimate Hulk just comes out and punches the shit out of Collector.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. McConnell Lamar, what are top 5 things from Lantern Legacy that we'll see play at Worlds? I think we covered that pretty well.
Did we?
I mean, Animal Man.
Animal Man for sure. Resolve of the green one-shot.
Yeah, I would say his question's good because, this is kind of the wild card we don't know because we don't have all these events to show, here's the Lantern Legacy pieces that are being played. So I would say Mogo is still on the list. People are going to try to make Mogo work.
Mm-hmm. Allan Scott. Yeah, probably the planets, Animal Man, Allan Scott.
I think Prime Sinestro will be played by many people. As far as stuff from that set, it will make a splash from that set.
Yeah, I don't know it'll be top 5, but it'll probably be like 6th or 7th.
And let's not disregard the rings in general. People might want Perplex, and so they go for Sinestro Core Ring.
Yeah, Sinestro Core Ring could just be,
Probably not any of the other rings. Maybe Blue Lantern if you've already got Empower, because nothing else really does a lot. But just don't disregard Sinestro Ring. So.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Prime Sinestro is like super great, but I think people are really hyped for him, though.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to hear at the fan appreciation event? More modern events.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear more about Power Rangers. I'd like their plans going forward. I know they're not going to be open of like, because last year they were somewhat open about like was it at the fan appreciation or the other event where they apologized for like shipping stuff and they're working on it and they're swapping things and was that
most of the
fan
most
appreciation?
of the promises from the past couple of worlds have not been, the worlds in Gen Con have not been met.
Yeah,
we've been told revised OP programs and all kinds of stuff the past few years, and that stuff just has not come to fruition at all.
But yeah, I would like to hear more product. We got Power Rangers, and I would like to see some of the dials. Like I'd like to see some of the Thundercat stuff, right? And then we need to start seeing X-Men '97 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That drops.
I wonder if they'll do any
next
of that
month, right?
I wonder if they'll do any of that dragon stuff. If it'll make its way into Clix or not.
Dragon stuff?
Yeah, dragon. He's nuts.
No.
Yes.
Probably not.
Yes. I'm so fucking got him, boys.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so proud of myself right now, Alex. Oh.
I know, I could tell. You should have gone with Goblin, but I'll take Dragon second backup.
Oh man, I haven't got Alex in a long time.
I know.
Oh man,
you're just dogging me this episode, man. Jeez. Goodness.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to control myself. But really, I want to hear about more modern events. You realistically, folks, just keep in mind, right? Like, we convey a lot of things on this show. We are very passionate about our Heroclix play. We love Heroclix. I will play Heroclix with almost anything, any IP, whatever. I enjoy the game mechanic. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy opening stuff. I love Heroclix, guys.
Cue to 1 year from now where Dan is playing his My Little Pony team.
Fuck it.
As he goes out there.
Line them up. Nay, nay, motherfucker. Nay, nay.
Now I want this to happen. Now this is risen to the top.
Line it up. Let's see it.
That's what they're not doing, right? Like I haven't talked about this. We're talking about going for like the younger generation. We need more like female representation, right? We got a bunch of superheroes. Like give us some more like My Little Pony or some of these other things. I do not know what would be a good representation. I'm probably not a good person to talk to about that. But
I don't know. So, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm such a huge Marvel fan. Like, it's hard for me to think about what would I even want to see. Like, oh, yeah, I would love to see Transformers. Right?
Yes.
Solid.
Yeah. Like,
yes.
Let's see Transformers, right? Like, I like Transformers. Let's see Star Wars, right? Like, I think we've almost talked about everything that's owned by Marvel.
Great, but not owned by having because of rights, but yeah.
Yeah.
But Jason, you would be thrilled.
You know what?
Mr. Dark Jedi himself over here.
I would be thrilled if I could cut a motherfucker down with Darth Vader on a Heroclix map. That'd be great.
You know what I would like to see? I talked about this with David Gosselman probably 8 years ago on the show. I want to see my generic construction equipment set.
Yeah, I remember this conversation.
Yeah, like I wanna be able to have a bulldozer push up elevation. I want to have an excavator that will lower elevations. Hey, you know what? And before you laugh at me, I get to talk about what I want to talk about too on the show. You know, like I want to see some crazy cool shit too, like a dump truck.
Okay, so
we can get all the Constructicons from Transformers and do all this shit right there.
Well, let me ask Daniel. In today's rules, is there anything that those would fit in it?
Yeah.
Like, would they be like kind of like things with pilots, or like how would you mechanically introduce Bulldozer?
Way better than he's ever been done in the game. You said Bulldozer like he was.
I know. I'm talking about your generic.
My generic
cement truck or whatever that comes in. Like, is it like a terrain?
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably have to be like a terrain. It just does a bunch of terrain manipulation. I think is probably the biggest thing that I would want to see.
That's cool.
It could be a vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be a vehicle. Yeah, it'd be a vehicle for sure.
Okay. I was just curious. I like all the, like, when it's something unique like that, it's like, well, that's a cool idea. How what would be the best way to implement it in a way to make it happen? Because, like, WizKids doesn't have to have any rights to go, like, unless they're going for like the John Deere version or something. They get a license with John Deere or Cat. Yeah, one of them too.
Caterpillar,
That's the other part of it is I do want to see branded equipment in my generic construction set. So yeah, let's please go out and get. I've got certain models.
Tonka, get that Tonka license.
Shit, line them up.
Let's go.
Line them up. Line them up.
I'm playing with my Tonka truck comes up and deals you 5 damage. I'm game for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see it.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony Barnstable, what pieces should be most closely watched to assess their health in the corresponding formats based on World's performance? I've got an easy answer for this one, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we complete the World Singles Tournament, you go to HC Units and download all the data and just go from there.
I don't even know what would stand out right now. It seems pretty wide open to me.
It does
at this point.
Yeah, man, you got to keep rotation in mind. So, like, you're probably looking at like maybe Spirit of Vengeance, but probably like Degaton, maybe, or like
Spirit of Vengeance loses a lot after rotation, unfortunately.
Does he?
Chthon.
Yeah, he does. Chthon, like,
just
for
Chthon.
one.
Well, sure, that's
like,
one. But I'm thinking all his pilots stick around.
He does, but I mean, he still loses.
It's just Chthon, but I get that.
It is just Chthon, but that's a big thing.
Yeah. But Anthony, to answer that question, probably more of the support pieces, maybe Degaton, Mimic, those things that are like you have to put them on your build if you can fit them. Maybe it's
Copycat.
Yeah, it's like maybe those are Copycat's a good one too. Like, is that actually too good?
Just leave Copycat alone. She's not overbearing or game breaking.
We say that until someone plays like a 20 Copycat team or something, and it's just going to be 20.
That has already won a CCO.
See, there you go.
It wasn't 20 of them, but the POG team
20 would mean it's all Copycats and they get no power. So that would not be the best idea.
That team has won a CCO. It was the Gay Bischoffs. I'm just saying it won it.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't because it did it to it and beat the other team on its own.
That's not how Heroclix rules work, Jason.
I get it, but
I'm just full of humor tonight.
We're having fun. We're excited. We're 2 weeks away, guys. This time, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be prepping for teams tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will.
I will be. I'm playing teams.
I'll be prepping for some BRs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be living it up, having a great time in Memphis, and we're only like 2 weeks away.
Walking in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for all kinds of stuff at Worlds. By the way, just all right. Yeah. Next thing on the list. So Anthony asked, do you think any special balancing rules are needed for Lantern Legacy BRs? No. Smash and Destroy BRs. Well, they've got the special balancing rules. Not they got the rules where you can play the constructs and shit already.
Yeah, they need to make sure they tell people about that and they do that.
Yeah, I'm not.
But Lantern Legacy in and of itself is a very sealed friendly set. There's not figures in it. Like, there's not a Thanos or a Prime Destroyer that's just obscene. Even the high point Spectres are pretty easy to take out.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
It's not that bad.
He said Smash and Destroy. We already have Destroyer Prime. Lantern Legacy Team World sealed. No. Masters of Time. The only thing I thought about was Darkseid.
Well, that's Lantern Legacy and the Super Sealed. Is Super Sealed 400 still?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Darkseid will have his support. I mean, you may not pull anything worth shit, but he'll have it.
Yeah, that's probably about it. And the problem is that there's not a Darkseid doesn't have a lower point value.
Yeah.
Whereas, Destroyer Prime, you could say, hey, you have to play him low.
Well, hey, Darkseid was too scary to play in silver.
Okay, but we know why he wasn't.
He's spooky. He's
he
spooky.
He could make his own blocking. There's a big difference.
He's spooky. Boy, I tell you what, I'm just on it tonight. So go me. I'm not even, and I haven't even had any alcohol this evening. I haven't even had any alcohol in like 2 weeks. So
this is you on withdrawals, it sounds like. What you're saying. I'm kidding.
No. Maybe this is just naturally me. I am excited to play Silver at Worlds, by the way. I want to become the first IC champ, baby.
International.
Intercontinental,
whatever.
Wow. Somebody didn't get to grow up watching Raw on Monday nights.
I did not. Anthony, the last one you put on there was Chaos Seal. We don't know enough about Chaos Seal to probably, I don't think anything in Black Panther or the older sets, but you know what? It's Chaos Sealed, so I feel like you shouldn't do anything in that.
Therefore, or you would, it's no longer chaotic.
Right, yeah. Just leave Chaos.
The whole point, right?
Yeah, you pull Destroyer Prime in that one, or, one of the crazy pieces. Good job. It's Chaos.
Yeah.
Go for it. Because you get to add more, right?
You know what I feel like whenever you say that? It's wacky flailing arm inflatable man.
Yeah. Wacky crazy kids.
Yep. All right. And then Stephen Clark, we did answer most of your questions. It was a kind of a duplicate of Jeremy's questions.
Now, he does have what prize figure are we looking forward to the most? That's a good one.
I'm just... this is actually a bio, but like Phoenix Thor. I'm pretty hyped about Phoenix Thor.
I tell you what, I am hyped about whatever Jason tells me to buy as a viable.
Buy Phoenix Thor.
Yeah. And then as far as a prize figure, this may not sound the best. I am looking forward to win whatever will sell for the most when I get back home.
Fair. It's fair enough. So, I'm interested in some of these that we've seen for a while and haven't gotten, like Aquaman, Atlantean Ally, and Lady of the Forest. And Tom and Jerry. I just want to see what Tom and Jerry they do.
Yeah, I'd like to see them previewed. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I don't know the ones that are actually winnables. That's which one I'm super hyped for.
Yeah, for me, it's mostly Aquaman because I've already got plans for him. So that's the only one I'm like, I want to leave at least.
I mean,
but most of them aren't bad. Like the Deadpool's, the Batman, those aren't bad.
They're not bad, but I'm not hyped for them though.
They're definitely better than last year. That's the key thing. Last year,
they are.
We got garbage. Even Abracadabra was pretty good.
How about show us Superior Spider-Man? He's a winnable that we don't know what he does.
Are you asking for pictures of Spider-Man, Jason?
I sure as hell am. Give me some juicy pictures of Spider-Man, please.
Oh, not just regular pictures.
Juicy pictures.
Yeah, I think he's like the only one of those prize figures that we don't know what it does.
Well, besides Tom and Jerry and...
Besides, Tom and Jerry is actually a Bible, though.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 25. Yeah, 25. Oh, I didn't know Aquaman's $20. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's a Bible, too. Go get him.
Is that the one that you wanted to play for Worlds?
Yes.
That's the one that allows, gives Superman another free attack. And gives him like dolphin, or helps around with dolphins and a mastermind target. If he was legal, I might actually play that, because it would have been better than the one I tried to play against you, Jason, the other day. He adds more to the team, but he's not legal because this is the first time you're really getting him. So
all right, well, let's talk about some final thoughts, Alex.
I'm been practicing and can't wait for Worlds. I assume we'll can't wait to do the tier maker. That'll be fun for Lantern Legacy.
It'll be the Lantern Legacy tier maker. What else is on your mind? Anything else, Alex?
No, that's it.
All right, Jason.
Yeah, tier maker will be fun to do. I'm just ready to go be to Memphis and just get down there and just play Heroclix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just hyped to break boosters and roll dice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hang out. Like, and eat some damn catfish on the way there and back.
For me, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Worlds, playing at Worlds. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Looking forward to some catfish on the way down and the way back. And just seeing what shakes out. Yeah, appreciate everybody listening to Clixed Off today. If you see us at Worlds, we're happy to chat with you. Come see us. And thanks for listening to Clixed Off today. We'll talk to y'all next time.
See you
later.